Maria's 52-year-old bones creaked awake, craving trouble, real trouble, like confronting Mr. Chin over his yappy schnauzer or finally fixing that leaning fence. Instead, she grabbed her grandmother's carved walking stick, marched past unread HOA letters, and planted herself on community center steps with a sign, Neighbor Walks Club. Bring gripes and sneakers. By sunset, 12 folks trailed her, grumbling about trash bins and tree roots, until their steps synced, laughter bubbling up like sidewalk chalk after rain. Lit? Maybe not. But Maria's 52-year-old bones creaked awake, craving trouble, real trouble, not just another passive-aggressive note taped to her door about recycling bins. Vancouver's drizzle clung to her windows like regret, but today, she'd outwalk it. That carved maple walking stick, a relic from her late husband's hiking days, leaned against doorframe, whispering, "Move." Her deepest fear wasn't confrontation, it was silence. A neighborhood full of strangers stacked like unopened letters, each one a story she'd never read. So she lit up community center bulletin board with a flyer, "Walk and Talk Club, no drama, just steps." First attempt was a stumble. 3 people showed, all avoiding eye contact like mismatched socks. But Maria swung that stick like a metronome, setting rhythm for hesitant strides. By week 3, a dozen neighbors fell into sync, their shared path wearing down grudges faster than soles on pavement. That stick became her baton, conducting harmony from chaos. One woman confessed she'd mistaken Maria's pruning shears for theft. A man admitted he'd judged her humming as nuisance, not grief. Laughter bubbled up, clumsy, unexpected, as someone tripped over a crack, breaking tension like sugar in tea. By summer, even mailman joined, his bag lighter without complaint cards. Maria's knees still ached, but her heart lit. Neighborhood had become a quilt, each walk stitching frayed edges tight. And that stick. No longer a crutch but a bridge, one she'd built without realizing she knew how. Maria's 52-year-old bones creaked awake, craving trouble, real trouble, not just another passive-aggressive note taped to her condo door about excessive basil fumes. Vancouver's drizzle blurred her view, but determination sharpened it. She grabbed walking stick, carved by her late father, its grooves mapping decades of stubbornness and grace, and marched outside before second thoughts could sink in. 3 blocks down, she spotted a cluster of neon windbreakers bobbing near community center. West End Walk Club, their vests announced, though half seemed more interested in gossiping than moving. She hesitated. Joining felt like admitting she needed help, but her knees begged otherwise. She took a step, misjudged a puddle, and nearly face-planted into a hydrangea bush. A hand steadied her, Lena, 68, whose silver braid swung with energy of someone who'd solved more than one feud mid-stride. "First rule of Walk Club," Lena said, eyes crinkling, "we don't judge dodgy footing." Turns out, sidewalks were lit for solving problems. By week 2, she learned pacing mattered more than speed. A Korean grandma, Mrs. Park, taught her how to pause by cherry blossoms so a feuding couple ahead might notice beauty instead of barking over trash bins. Teen twins, Jazz and Sam, demonstrated strategic snack sharing to soften curmudgeonly landlords. Even walking stick became more than support, its tap against pavement a rhythm others fell into, a silent agreement to keep moving forward. One drizzly Thursday, Maria led her first mediation walk. 2 neighbors, stiff as starched shirts over a disputed parking spot, trudged behind her. She took long route, past mural-splashed alleys, bakery giving out free sourdough ends, until shoulders loosened and laughter slipped out. By time they circled back, parking spot was just a spot. Word spread. Soon, city council reps lurked Walk Club edges, scribbling notes. Maria's stick taps synced with heartbeats of a neighborhood learning to step together. Trouble hadn't vanished, but now it had somewhere to go. Maria's 52-year-old bones creaked awake, craving trouble, real trouble, not just another passive-aggressive note taped to a shared mailbox. Vancouver's mist clung to her jacket as she gripped her grandmother's walking stick, its cherrywood worn smooth by generations of stubborn women. Today it wasn't just for balance. Today it was a baton for peace. Her neighborhood had become a minefield of silent feuds, Mrs. Kwan's roses trampled by off-leash dogs, teenagers loitering near Old Man Rivera's prized hydrangeas, someone's recycling bin perpetually accidentally knocked over. Creator had tried mediating over tea, but civility crumbled faster than shortbread. So she went nuclear. She started a walk club. First meeting, 3 people showed up, all skeptics. Woman pushed through drizzle anyway, her stick tapping a rhythm against pavement like a metronome keeping time for harmony. By week 2, curiosity outpaced skepticism. A retired librarian joined. Then a barista with a knack for diffusing tension. Soon, 12 mismatched souls circled block, their footsteps sinking as grudges loosened with each stride. Progress wasn't linear. One evening, she caught Rivera side-eyeing teens, his jaw tight. Instead of lecturing, she handed him her stick. "Hold this. I need to tie my shoe." He gripped it, startled by its weight, both literal and symbolic. By walk's end, he'd muttered something about kids these days, but also admitted they'd helped him carry groceries last winter. She hid a smile. Community center bulletin boards lit up with sign-up sheets. Someone brought homemade granola. Another mapped a new route past disputed flower beds, turning battlegrounds into neutral territory. Maria's knees protested every hill, but her resolve hardened. This wasn't just about steps, it was about stubbornness in face of pettiness, about outwalking urge to give up. By summer, stick became a relic, passed to whoever needed its steadying presence most. Maria watched from her porch as group rounded corner, laughter cutting through usual tension. Her bones still ached, but now for better reasons. Trouble hadn't disappeared. But neither had they. And that was victory enough. Maria's 52-year-old bones creaked awake, craving trouble, real trouble, not just another passive-aggressive note slipped under doors about recycling bins. Vancouver's gray drizzle couldn't dampen her spark. She snatched her grandmother's carved walking stick, its polished wood humming with generations of stubbornness, and marched straight into latest neighborhood feud, a war over parking spaces between yoga moms and construction crews. Community centers buzzed with gossip, but she had a plan. She slapped a neon flyer on every lamppost, "Walk and talk it out, no drama, just sneakers." Skeptics scoffed. A retired mechanic named Doug folded his arms, muttering about hippie nonsense, but Creator just winked. Bet your knees could use air. Day 1, only 3 showed up. By week 2, 20 neighbors stomped through puddles, venting frustrations step by step. Maria's walking stick became a baton of peace, tapping it twice meant, "Listen up." Tensions melted like spring ice. Then came twist. A local filmmaker caught them mid-stride, posting a clip of Creator leading pack, stick raised like a warrior queen. Overnight, Walk It Out Vancouver trended. City Council slid into her DMs. Doug, now a regular, brought homemade cookies. Maria grinned, watching her block transform. No more scowls over hedges, just waves and shared thermoses. She leaned on her stick, breath fogging crisp air. "I found my voice and it walks." Crowds cheered next meetup, even as she tripped over a rogue skateboard, tiny goof, major laughs. Lit? Absolutely. And just like that, her creaky bones became Vancouver's secret weapon. Maria's 52-year-old bones creaked awake, craving trouble, real trouble, not just another passive-aggressive note taped to her door about recycling bins. Vancouver's drizzle couldn't dampen her resolve. She grabbed that carved maple walking stick, a gift from her late father, and marched outside. No more simmering over fence lines or dog-walking routes. If neighbors wouldn't talk face-to-face, she'd make them walk side by side. Her idea was simple, almost silly, a neighborhood walk club. Not for fitness but for friction. First Thursday of every month, meet by community center's mural, no excuses, no exceptions. Week 1, only 3 showed up. A retired teacher side-eyeing Maria's enthusiasm, a young mom pushing a stroller, and Mr. Chen, who brought homemade ginger candies for stamina. By week 3, 12 shuffling souls circled block, airing grievances between breaths. Maria's stick tapped a rhythm, steady as a mediator's gavel. Odd habits surfaced. Mrs. Kapoor confessed she'd been stealing rosemary from Mr. O'Reilly's garden for years, he laughed and offered her cuttings. Stroller Mom admitted she'd called bylaw officers over noise, turned out to be a rogue raccoon. With each step, grudges unraveled like old shoelaces. Maria's stick, once just a support, became a beacon, its handle now wrapped in colorful yarn, a collective art project. By summer, walks were lit. A block party replaced bickering, potluck dishes crowding driveways. Maria, still creaky but radiant, guided stragglers with her stick like a conductor's baton. Even city council noticed, funding walk-and-talk kits with local maps and conflict resolution tips. Community isn't built over coffee cups but in motion, one stubborn step at a time. Grab your shoes and maybe a stick, your street's waiting.